Israeli among passengers killed in Germanwings plane crash. Obama says Palestinian state difficult to envision in coming years. Boehner baffled by report of Israeli spying on US talks with Iran. And Netanyahu to receive mandate to form next government. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. The top stories for March 25th. An Israeli citizen was among the 150 people killed yesterday in an airplane crash in the French Alps. All people aboard Lufthansa's Germanwings Airbus travelling from Barcelona to Düsseldorf were killed in the crash. The Foreign Ministry said the family of the Israeli passenger, 39-year-old businessman Eyal Baum, had been notified. The airline believed there were 67 Germans on the flight, and Spain's Deputy Prime Minister said 45 passengers had Spanish names. One Belgian was also aboard. Also among the victims were 16 children and 2 teachers from a high school in Germany. One of the plane's black box recorders was found and was to be examined immediately. A search team of 775 officers was searching for the crash victims today. US President Barack Obama said yesterday that it's difficult to envision how a Palestinian state could be formed following Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's pre-election comments that a Palestinian state would not be established on his watch, even after he later sought to walk back his comments.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, in the election run-up, stated that a Palestinian state would not occur while he was Prime Minister. I took him at his word. Even if you accepted, I think, the corrective of Prime Minister Netanyahu's in subsequent days, there still does not appear to be a prospect of a meaningful framework established that would lead to a Palestinian state, even if there were a whole range of conditions and security requirements that might be phased in over a long period of time, which was always the presumption.
House Speaker John Boehner said yesterday that he was shocked and baffled by a Wall Street Journal report published yesterday that claimed Israel had spied on US nuclear talks with Iran. The report claimed that Israel had collected information that was used to lobby Boehner and his colleagues in Congress to drum up opposition to an emerging nuclear deal. Boehner, however, said no information whatsoever was revealed to him. Following the release of the report, Israel strongly denied it had spied on its ally. And President Reuven Rivlin will entrust Netanyahu with forming his 4th government tonight after Rivlin receives the official results of the Israeli election from the head of the Central Elections Committee. Netanyahu will have 28 days to form a government until April 22nd, the night of Independence Day. If he doesn't succeed during that period, he can request a 14-day extension. While formal coalition negotiations will begin tomorrow, there have already been talks between Likud and all of its expected coalition partners. Netanyahu met yesterday with Kulanu leader Moshe Kahlon and told him he would keep his promise to appoint him finance minister. And that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more news from Israel. Until then, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studios.